Hello, I welcome you back to this channel today. And today we want to look at what to do if you are overweight. Are you tired of being overweight? If you're overweight, then this post is for you because we want to look at the various things you can do if you're overweight. So today we want to look at things to do when you're tired of being overweight. It's like today we want to look at overweight and obesity. And somebody said, "Are you tired of being overweight?" So if you are tired of being overweight and nothing seems to be working, then this video is actually for you because you want to look at few things you can do and to become slim, fit, and okay instead of being overweight. I know overweight is something that you don't just start in a day. It takes so much days, so much weeks, so much months to accumulate. So losing weight or getting rid of excess fat in the body will have to really take some time, but it's become faster if you have relevant and right information, which are effective for weight loss, such as dieting and exercise. And I believe when you're tired of being overweight, one of the best things to do is to seek rapid ways of losing these weights so that you can actually be healthy, so that you not any disease will not come your way and you'll be fine. There are two sides of the story. There are two things to do. There are two parts to get rid of being overweight or losing that weight. So if you're tired and you feel like you need an immediate solution to your being overweight, either as a child, either as an adult, either as a growing adult, either as a teenager or somebody who is a little bit older in age, the first thing is you need to understand few things which we are going to be talking about. And now you need to look at which is greater or vital to you. The first one is more vital when you truly recognize what works for you. So it means that if you are being overweight and it keeps up, despite you are doing some things and you are not seeing any result, then you have to sit back and look at some things that are truly recognized and some things you are doing well and things you are not doing well. The number one barrier to losing weight and retaining it is understand what genuinely works. That is, we need to just look at what is it I'm doing that is not right, or what is it I'm doing that is wrong, or what is it that I'm doing that is insufficient, especially for getting rid of this overweight nature which you find yourself. So these are the few steps to take so that you can get rid of this excess fats in nature and other things. Now, the first thing you need to do is you understand your recipes. If you really want to shed some pounds and stop being overweight, either you're a teenager, you're adult, or you want to look fit, if not for looking good but for health reasons, you need to understand the kind of food you eat, how relevant this food are to your body, and the amount of food you eat, especially when it comes to, you have to slow down on fatty foods because when you slow down on fatty foods, then your body metabolism increases and digestion is good. Or else, if you are adding more fatty foods to your body, then you'll be gaining more weight because your metabolism will be very low. So you also need to know that there are some other things like water is good for the body to maintain weight and for proper and actual actualization of body digestive and metabolic system. And coming down to understanding your recipe, you also need to know that fiber fruits are also good for breakdown, for digestion and metabolism. So look at all these things. So if you don't want to be fooled by anybody telling you that you can actually do this and that, or you pay me to do this, then your weight reduction plan will fail because you are not doing the right thing. So you have to understand your recipes, understand the kind of food you are eating, and if the overweight continues after doing some other things, then you have to change your feeding items. I mean, your feeding plan. It means that probably you are not feeding right. And that is it. So the next one is you need to read the content labels. Everybody is guilty of this, or because me too, I also need to. I'm also guilty of this at times. You just be consuming anything. You don't read the percentage of what's on label. You don't read the percentage of the content of the fats, of the sugar, of the proteins, and all those things. So you are just consuming like sachet milk and all those things. There are labels on each content of our carton or pack or anything you are. So you are free to begin by looking at those things. The list of energy, the list of protein, the list of fat, the list of carbohydrate, and content. So you can use them to compare the kind of food you pick. Like I've seen some diet soft drinks, like they tell you zero soft drinks, like zero Coke and all those things. So if you look at diet soft drinks, you can actually take because they have zero sugar. They have zero sugar because you are able to read through the content. So you don't just read. Like I bought a sachet milk the other time, and when I checked through, I noticed that the protein content is relatively moderate and no carbohydrates, also moderate. Then the fat level is zero. So that kind of milk is good. But if you're just taking anything that the fat zero is, the protein level is high, the fat content is high, the sugar level is high, and everything, and you think you are taking it, then it is not a good thing. So if you are this, then you find yourself continuing being, you always be overweight, and you continue to struggle with this your overweight nature, all because you don't read content. So if you want to take anything like yogurt, like milk, like soft drinks, like anything you want to do, always understand the nature, and you can as well go for sugar-free items, fatty-free items. Like even for milk, sometimes I take skim milk because I know that skim milk has been ripped up of the animal fat in it. So if you go for skim milk, you can actually be, and if you're the one that want to drink tea, you want to do something with milk, then go for skim milk. Skim milk doesn't contain fatty food items and all that. Then you can also try to make other plans also. If your plan is not working, it's not easy, but you need to be motivated to do this. Also, probably once in a while, just take vitamins. You need to make a plan. You need to take the basic find this analysis of your food labels, or your feeding habits, your studying. Determine how you're going to balance your feeds, your food, your so you have to eat more balanced diet and eat more of fibers, fruits, and fresh foods. So you can just make a simple plan of healthy plan and change your lifestyle. For instance, you can do this by eating more protein and less of high calorie foods, or less of carbohydrate, and check your weight again. So then with that, you can try to figure out few things that are wrong with you or that are not wrong. I think that's that. So then the next one is, do not skip breakfast, because you want to lose weight, you want to look healthy. And somebody say, yeah, if you are losing breakfast, that's not how to lose weight, or how to become underweight. No. If you continue to skip breakfast, when next you eat, you consume more high foods and you become overweight. All because of, so it may not be easy. So you just be looking for, like you are skipping breakfast for lunch. You can prepare dinner as soon as you are in line with your week agenda and suit your agenda. So all those things you need to just taking your lunch in a cooler with, you can assist her, but all those things, skipping breakfast is not the solution. You have to eat your breakfast. You have to eat very well, but in moderation. Not that you eat so many high calorie foods. You can use something light during breakfast. In the afternoon, use something light, maybe like just fruit or fiber fruits. Then in the evening, maybe like you just do one or two things, and in the night, then you eat something lighter. So if you do that, you will notice that even if you are not losing weight, you will not get fat, and with time, the cholesterol in your body, the energy in your body, the fat in your body will be burned off. If you go through exercise, and that's how it works. So you need to make sure that everything is correct, nutritious, and gratifying meals in order so that it can solve your hunger. But if you don't want to do such, then you have to be dedicated. You have to be consistent and look at, okay, I'm overweight, then I need to go low on high calorie foods, and that's also make a food plan. And also you need to be dedicated. If you are tired of being overweight and you need a solution, then you have to be consistent and dedicated to your weight loss plans. So if you need to shed some pounds, then you want to preserve it for a long time, you want it to be part of you, and people will like, you are losing weight and you are getting finer and all those things. It is inexpensive. Just be dedicated to your plan. And what are those plans? The plan I just we discussed, we're talking about your food, your avoiding of fatty foods, and doing one or two things. So one of the things is to apply, and you also need to check your body mass index and your frame mass index, which is certainly some of the things you need to look at. And because it will not nice if you have extraordinary athletes, but most of them are folks are helpful. So all this online, there are online body mass calculators which you can use to search, and you compare your height, the weight, and find the average. You can know where your BMI and the average. And so you keep it in mind that any weight loss you take off, even in case you don't have a perfect weight loss, but it will also work for you. When you start reducing fatty foods, when you start reducing your high calorie food intake, and when you start doing some things in moderation, then it will work. It's not, just understand that being overweight actually takes a lot of time to accumulate. So if you want to get rid of it, then it's actually going to take you some few time or a few weeks ago. So it's not so quick or very fast thing. If you want to reduce being overweight, or you want to find a way of trimming down, then you understand that you need to work, you need to eat, you need to make a plan, and you need to be dedicated. So all those things also. So you just make your choice, and then your parents will be. Then the last thing we're going to talk about is that if you are overweight and you want to find things to do to make you go normal, not even underweight, but at least to be getting rid of the overweight nature, the obesity nature, the obese nature, or the big stature nature, then you have to do more of exercise. There are so many exercises. Find a way of doing exercise, and there are so many of them. So you can find a way of jogging around, probably the neighborhood, the streets, or anywhere. Then do some running if you are not and you could do some other yoga is also a very good exercise. And recently I met a colleague after the lockdown. She got trimmed down. I said, what did you do? She said she was just doing Kegel exercise along with yoga, and she has slimmed down. All her belly and everything is just flat and all that. So you can actually lose in any part of your body. You can also lose weight by running, by jogging, by cycling. If you have a cycling, if you don't have that time, you can actually get a cycling device at home and use it. So all those things, skipping also. Then if you want to be very fast for cardio exercise, you can go stair climb, you can go skipping, because cardio exercise that favors the heart to make you break faster. So cardio exercise work very fast because they are heart exercise. So if you can combine your cardio exercise, do it few times in a week. Then with time, after a little while, you continue to see the drastic change in your body. So if you are overweight and you are tired of it and you want to find solution to that your overweight nature, then you have to go on exercise. Find exercise that suits you, either a cardio or normal exercise. You can just then and here also to tell you that you also need to learn how to skip, either virtual skipping with jump rope or just normal skipping. Find ways of skipping. Do plank exercise, and plank exercise is very good for tummy and but most times jogging is the best way to do that. So then you can also try as much as possible to walk more. You need to walk. Walking is an exercise. Walk few distance in a day or daily or probably few times in a week. Then you. So if you are overweight, do all these things and you'll be fine. See you in our next post. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can get latest updates on health related matters. Thank you.